Are you a lifelong fan of General Hospital?
Are you a new fan who wants to know more about the history of the show?
Do you enjoy talking about the show with others?
Do you find yourself yelling at the TV?
Is your self-care an hour a day in Port Charles?
If so, we invite you to join hosts
Amanda
and Shannon Coach at the place where all the hidden conversations take place and secrets are revealed.
Meet us at Pier 54.
The podcast.
Hi.
Hello. Welcome to the weekly recap of August 5th through 9th. This week was
Crazy.
insane. It was one of the first.
It was a authentic soap opera week.
It felt like the 90s.
Yes.
And I saw someone post that on Twitter. They were like, all you newbies would not have been able to handle the 90s.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, this is what it used to be like. Running home from after school and not moving for an hour.
Right.
Because then we couldn't pause TV.
Mm-hmm.
You had to time those bathroom breaks.
Yes. Yes.
I'm like, you learned to go real quick. If you were a kid in the 80s.
Up the night before.
Yep, exactly. Be ready to go. So yeah.
Where do you want to start?
I really don't even know. Where do you want to start?
Yeah, no, I don't know. It was so good. It was so good.
So you've been asking, where's Molly?
Yes. I don't know. They aged her. I know she's still the same actress, but they changed her outfit or something. She looked way older.
I felt she was very off.
See? Right?
I
did a double take. I was like, is that her? Yeah, that's her. When she started talking more, you could hear the right tone and whatever. But I don't know what they did, but it's wrong. It's not right.
Yeah. What did you think about the conversation she and TJ were having?
I still don't like that TJ, so it was hard to focus on the conversation. He was being supportive, and you don't agree? I think he was. He was trying to tell her to follow her heart instead of just doing what she's planned to do forever. You're allowed to change your mind.
But at the same time, I felt that he had an air of condescending to him. It's the same thing that he does when he's talking about...
when he was like, you have to really love to be a doctor because those who don't burn out and just can't do it. And blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
Well, so he had my quote of the week.
Oh.
So we're just going to get that done early because there really weren't actually a lot of good quotes this week. But he said, I work with people who are seriously ill or dying. And let me tell you, you do not want to be lying in a hospital bed 70 years from now, realizing you never actually achieved any of your real ambitions. But hey, you got your bills paid. I agree, but I disagree with the statement because passion does not always pay the bills.
True.
And you do have to pay your bills.
But I feel like he was saying if her passion would have been, crocheting blankets and making millions off of it, that's not really a realistic goal.
Right.
But her other passion of writing, heck,
she has a realistic, but she has a realistic.
Yeah, she's not trying
option B.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think he was trying to help her ease her mind that she could switch paths or whatever. And realistically, if Lulu can be a freaking
you missed the eye roll, guys.
Yeah, there's absolutely no reason that Molly can't.
Well, and she's doubting herself. And I said, does Molly forget that she wrote a novel in 2012?
Right.
Which led us to, this is why, because I'm like, when did she write that book? Because she was young.
Yeah.
So that was 7 years ago.
Okay.
So she would have been just out of junior high or in junior high.
Yeah.
I don't even remember. So that led me down the rabbit hole of Google, which led me to finding.
Oh my God.
Love in Maine is a real book and we ordered it.
No, we didn't order it.
Oh yeah, sorry.
You ordered it. I was so surprised. So I don't have Amazon Prime, but my niece does. So anything that I want to make her order to get the deal. And so I walked out on my porch and there's an envelope and it says Amanda. And I'm like, did I order something? I don't think I ordered something. And I walked in the house and I asked all my kids, I was like, did you guys order something? And they're like, no. And I was so confused. And I opened it up and I can't believe it's a real book. And then you read the back of it and it's endorsed by herself in a different personality.
So for those who do not know what the heck we're talking about.
Sorry.
No. I brought it up. Molly wrote a book called Love in Maine, but it was a different name when she wrote it. Didn't she write it? And then she took it. This is when Todd Manning we just need to do a whole 411 on this when we get done reading it. But long story short, it wound up being published under Connie Falconeri.
Yes.
So then.
Right. So Connie Falconeri is the same person as Kate Howard, as we've discussed before. But on the back of the book, Kate Howard is giving a glowing recommendation of what an amazing, wonderful book this is, along with Diane. But still, how do you use your other personality to give a glowing recommendation of a book that you wrote?
But I am really looking forward to reading it because it's an actual novel. It's not even that thin. And there is a follow-up book written by Molly Davis. Lansing. Wow. Molly Davis Lansing.
All right. Well, now we have to get that one,
But it's digital. But we have to read the first one first. So we're going to start a Port Charles book club.
There you go.
Because then there's also Robin's Diary that you told me I need to read. We still need to read Lucy Coe's book. There's, I think, The Diary of Damien Spinelli or something like that. I don't think it's diary, but there's fan fiction, I believe. Isn't it fan fiction?
I think so. Diane wrote it, right?
Oh, I think that you're right.
Yeah.
But so that's a whole topic that we can get into too. Just not today because we still need to get backed.
Yeah.
But so like, why is Molly doubting her skills when, what happened to her was horrible that she got that ripped from her, but she still wrote it. And it got published.
In real life.
And it got
reviews. So, I don't know.
But I definitely agree with what you're saying, that she does have, so if you've ever seen those memes on Facebook that talks about, like the house hunting.
Yeah.
And it says, my husband knits wool or spins wool from caterpillars, and my wife is a butterfly farmer, and our budget is $2 million.
Yes.
That's unrealistic. You know, but that's really what, there is a gap right now, especially where people are, and it's not just it's not an age thing, although it is getting dumped on the millennials the most.
Right.
Where unless they can pay their bills with their passion, they're just not going to do anything in life.
Right.
And it's like, no, you still have to.
Yes.
But there's plenty of non-millennials that are doing that too, that are.
Yeah.
So it's not just a millennial.
Right. But I think he was trying to encourage her that no matter what passion she followed. And I don't think he was saying to drop out of either one. I think he was just saying, consider the other side of it or whatever. So I like that. How do you feel?
Old TJ would have said that in such a softer, more encouraging way. Yeah. And I just felt that he was being very, now listen here, woman.
Right.
To her.
Yeah. He doesn't have that compassion in his voice the way that old TJ did. I don't know why.
I'm sorry. I'm sure that he's a lovely man.
Oh, yeah.
We just don't like you as TJ.
Right. They need to change the writing, or they need to run the lines differently. I don't know. I think they're trying to age both of them up, which is what we don't like.
Yeah.
Not that they haven't gotten older, but I don't know. They're just not as cute as they used to be. Like,
no.
Like Chase and Willow are older, but they're still cute.
I know.
And I know you love them. And
I do.
TJ and Molly are still younger than them, so they should still have that cute factor. I know they've been together a million years, but they should still have that cute factor. And I think that that's what they're losing.
Yeah.
How did you feel about them telling her, sure, she can write, but she needs to dive into the Cassadines?
I know.
No.
There's nothing there.
Right. They're all dead. We don't need to talk about
that. That was dumb, Peter. Come on.
Yeah.
How about, and Lulu has just as many connections. I understand that Alexis is a Cassadine.
Right.
But Lulu's brother
should probably have better,
is a Cassadine.
And should probably have better stories because of all the Luke and Laura drama with the Cassadine.
She has much more interaction with them. Heck, she was kidnapped and
oh, jeez.
Her daughter's a Cassadine.
Yes, she is. But let's not get back to Lulu being kidnapped.
But like Molly has absolutely no ties.
Right.
I agree.
And Alexis doesn't even talk about it like, oh, those were good times. Like, remember those family reunions when we hung out with the Cassadines?
Oh, no. That's right. They're all bonkers.
So I don't understand what information he thinks that Molly's going to get from that. But I was disappointed that that was where he was trying to take her. Like, I'm sure she has more to offer. So
hopefully.
Let her do the who's breaking into houses piece, because that's a little more believable that she would be on Tinder or something than stupid Lulu.
That's actually a really good point. Yeah. I like that. So real quick, there wasn't really a lot of updates with Lulu other than she's going to fight for her marriage. So that's good.
Yeah, I think that's dumb, but sure. I feel like he's done. Again, like we talked about this. He's done. He said, don't wait for me. And then he filed for divorce.
Yeah.
So let it go.
But I like her response. If he wants it, he's going to have to fight for it.
Yeah.
Which, fair enough.
Yeah.
So, I knew it was Brad.
Did you?
Remember I told you a couple weeks ago, I said, it's Brad. And you're like, really?
Yeah, I didn't think he was going to be that evil. I didn't think he was going to be that evil. Like, I know he's dumb. Like, he does. But it seems like he always gets caught in people's dumb ideas and then has to cover up for them. Even with the whole baby thing. Like, he didn't ask Nell, hey, can I steal your baby?
But he went along with it.
He did, but it wasn't his idea. So I feel like he just goes along with other people's. Like, all the Brit stuff and stealing the embryos and lying on paternity tests and all that stuff. I feel like he does it because someone else puts him in that situation. So I was surprised that, I mean, I guess good for him for taking the initiative to push her off the boat so that she wouldn't tell everyone.
And then I kind of forgot that she did it to him.
Yes.
So I wasn't even thinking that a couple weeks ago when I was like, Brad pushed her.
Yeah.
It was payback.
Right.
Yeah,
that was funny.
I'm sorry. I still like Liesl.
Yes. So. I don't know that that's appropriate feedback, but I like the way he said that.
So why do you think that Neil cannot see Alexis in a romantic capacity?
I think he's just going to say that it's unprofessional because they started out as a professional
I think he might still be married.
You think?
I think he might legally still be married because if his wife just ran off.
Oh, I thought, it was the daughter that they said
the daughter
died.
passed away.
But the wife ran away, maybe. Maybe, but...
Maybe he's one of those good guys that isn't going to go, she's gone, I'm going to...
It depends on how long she's been gone. Some people are separated for tons of time, and eventually you can just move on. I feel like you can just move on.
You can get a divorce by abandonment, right?
Right, yes.
I think so.
Yes, yes, you can.
I'm not caught up on my
divorce laws.
No.
But no, you can. I know you can for that. So yeah, I don't understand why he wouldn't pursue that then. Unless he's still in love with her, which is, I guess, good not to start things with Alexis. But it seems like he likes her, and there's
something there. I really like it.
Yeah, I would like him to pursue it.
And I don't want to put a play on words, but like he makes her not crazy.
Yeah, right.
He's
the healthiest person that she's ever,
other than Jax.
But her and Jax
friends.
aren't real. Yeah,
right. Exactly.
No, I want her in a real relationship. I mean, she's getting older now. It's time for her to have a steady guy in her life that's not adding to her crazy.
Well, so do you think Kim's actually going to leave? First of all, seriously, why is this woman not in a mental health facility? She keeps saying that she needs to take care of herself. She is a medical professional.
Yeah.
She should know.
And if not, someone there should say to her, this isn't just I need a vacation. Like, you went legit crazy when you're drugging people trying to make babies. You need to be in the mental hospital. I think she will leave. I think she will leave because there isn't anything else there for her.
Julian.
She didn't seem to really think that was enough to stay.
But he's willing to leave with her.
Well, then maybe he'll leave, but I don't think that she's going to stay.
What did you think about that? I don't want Julian to leave. He's just now getting into Wiley's life.
Right. No.
Even though he knows.
Yeah, it might be safer for him to leave.
That's actually
that stuff's
true.
going to come out.
Yeah.
And he doesn't want to be a part of that. But I don't know that he's thinking ahead that far.
No, but he's still, as long as he is a grandfather. Wait, is he anyway still related to that baby? No. I don't know. Yeah, I think Kim's going to leave for sure. I don't know if Julian's going to follow, but I think that she's done. Yeah.
Unless the whole memory transfer thing pulls her back in. But then the memories would be in Franco, and that would just be not okay for her to...
Do we want to talk about this right now?
We can save it to the end. I was just saying that would be the only reason.
I was just wondering because...
No, I figured that's the end. But if we're looking for a reason for her to stay, that would be the only reason I could think.
Yeah.
But I don't think.
Okay. I honestly don't know either. I kind of feel like you, where it's, all right, I get it, but...
I don't see anything else for her there, though. Like, her character is kind of meh.
Yeah.
So
do you think she's going to leave and then come back as somebody else again?
I hope not, because that's really confusing. This week she sat down with Carly, and I was like,
I know, wasn't that
great? It's Carly. What are we doing? Oh, my God. Yeah, no, she was very kind and compassionate with Carly. I liked that conversation.
Great, yes.
But yeah, my brain kept going, oh, my God, it's Carly talking to Carly. What are we doing?
That was a really good moment, though.
And that's what makes me think that she really is going to leave, is because they don't usually interact. Like, I know they do because of Oscar and Josh. I can't say her name without adding an H, like it's Josh. Anyway, yeah, they don't usually talk. And so for them to sit down and have that, like, heart-to-heart conversation and her to get into talking about Morgan being gone and stuff, I feel like that was, like, the exit conversation.
You're making so many good points.
I'm sorry.
You stop.
Sure.
Okay.
They can just keep her because we want them to.
Yes, thank you.
There's the point you wanted me to make.
Yep, exactly.
How about Lucy and the whole not getting into that storyline yet either, but the whole selling houses? Why is she so dumb? Like, they made her really dumb.
There's something specific you need to pinpoint here. I don't know.
So she went
Which moment are you discussing that she's dumb?
when she got to the Metro court.
Okay.
She walked up to the bartender. He didn't say anything for the first 5 minutes of that conversation. And she's like, make it a double, doesn't specify what she wants. And then
what's the second line that I put on there? Glad that the bartender asked a double of what?
And then she's like, I just had such a hectic day. But she said like 10 lines and he just stood there. And then finally he was like, oh, I hope she's okay or whatever. And she was like, yeah, blah, 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 blah.
Well, but first of all, are she and Sam good friends?
No.
Right.
Not at all.
Did I miss something here?
No. Because I don't understand why
she's like my good friend. And I'm like, since when?
Yeah.
When did that one happen?
And then when she was talking to Curtis and them about the address, all I could think of was you. And she's like, I don't know what the address is. And I'm like, oh, Shannon would totally be like, yeah, I sold that house. It was on such and such address. Like, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
She was clueless. Well, I do have it in my phone. Well, I would freaking hope so.
They were saying the address to her?
They were asking her. First, they asked her, do you know this guy?
Right.
And she was
But that wasn't the name that he bought it with. Or that
right.
So I can understand that.
So that made sense. But then once they showed her the picture, she was like, oh, that's so-and-so, whatever name he'd given her.
Yeah.
And they were like, so did you sell him something? And she was like, I did. It was, and like she couldn't remember where it was.
Like I might forget the houses that we looked at because I mean that can't get. But I'm gonna remember the one you sold. Yeah,
and especially like recently, if I ask you 6 months from now, hey, what house did the Smiths buy? You may not know the address off by heart, but if I ask you what house you just sold,
tell you the street.
Probably 3 days ago, you're not going to be like, oh, I don't know, let me pull out my phone.
Right.
I don't know. The conversation was just like dragged out, and she just literally came off stupid the entire time. And
she did.
Like,
I agree.
That's not Lucy. She's on top of her crap. She may have 400 different careers, but she kills at all of them. So what are we doing here?
You hit everything that I said on that.
Double
that poor guy. I'm so sorry. That was your one day of work. You know, that was.
It's like, I don't want to act on General Hospital again because they put me in this crazy scene with this woman just yelling about her dear friend. And I just stood there for the first 5 minutes of it.
And it made no sense. And all I had to say was a double of what?
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry, honey. I hope that you get a better role next time. So when Hayden got into the Metro Court and she and Jax were talking because Finn called Jax.
That was so sweet. I love him. I love him for that moment. Not with Anna, but I love him with Hayden.
Do you know what the hair of a dog is?
No.
Apparently, because that's what she said, because I had to keep going back.
Oh, okay. So you... No, I didn't.
Yeah, I turned on closed captions for this one.
Oh my goodness.
Hair of a dog is basically like a cure for a hangover. It's short for the hair of the dog that bites you, is a colloquial expression in the English language predominantly used to refer to alcohol that is consumed with the aim of lessening the effects of a hangover.
Okay.
I know. I'm like, all right, I was a bartender and never heard that.
Yeah, I've never heard that.
But apparently it's a thing.
Okay. Well, thanks for educating us, Hayden, because I had never heard that before.
Oh, on the education piece, New York does have a law against psychics.
Really?
Scotty said something, and I was like, all right, dude, gonna fact check you. Apparently, there is. If you just Google.
But what's the law? Like, what's the gist of the law?
Okay, fortune telling, penal law 165.35, committed on or after September 1st, 1967, the specified count is fortune telling. Under our law, a person is guilty of fortune telling when, for a fee or compensation which he or she is directly or indirectly solicits or receives, that person's claim to pretends to tell fortunes or holds himself or herself out as being able by claimed or pretend use of occult powers to answer questions or give advice on personal matters, or exercise, influence, or affect evil spirits or curses. This charge does not apply to a person who engages in such conduct as part of a show or exhibition solely for the purpose of entertainment or amusement.
But I wonder if that's the same as in Pennsylvania. They don't do it either, but then they just have the little signs up that say donation or whatever.
I don't know, but...
Because technically that's not...
Both of them have stated fees.
It just says donation. I feel like that's the scapegoat for anything.
But both of them have stated fees?
Yeah. I don't know. I love that you fact checked, though.
Yeah. Especially when you're going to make things like that. I just kind of nerdily want to know.
Right. Because nerdily.
Mm-hmm. Nerdily. That's a funny word. Nerdily. I think that Laura knows that Lucas is alive, or Nicholas is alive, though.
Really?
Uh-huh. The one look when, first of all, how sweet was she talking to Ava?
Yes. And that was nice that Scotty sent her over and was like, tell her to knock it off with these psychics.
It was.
They're not going to give you good information.
And I really appreciate Ava for taking it for what it truly was.
Yes.
You know, she wasn't trying to correct her. She wasn't trying to.
Right.
She was very receptive to Laura talking to her, which I liked. I know that they kind of bonded over the let's kill Ryan type thing.
That will make you fast friends if you try to murder the same person.
I love that.
So how did your friendship start? Well,
I killed a guy.
I wish our story was that interesting.
But even Laura defending her grief to Scotty was really sweet.
Yeah.
You know, but then when Ava was talking to her and she said something about if someone told you that Nicholas was disturbed or whatever,
right,
restless
wouldn't
or something, the look on her face, I was like, ooh, is that well, they're not going to because he's alive and I just know where he is. And maybe that's really why she's so okay with Spencer being in a boarding school, air quotes around boarding school.
Okay, well, that'll make me feel better if he is in a air quote boarding school, which means he's with Nicholas somewhere, then that's fine.
But Halsey never mentioned it.
Right.
Because that could blabs.
Exactly. And if they just know that he's alive somewhere and they're like, oh, it's better that no one knows, and they have him separated from his son, that's BS, because that's not fair to do to Spencer.
True. Very true. All right. So Liz gets into that doctors take oaths and blah, 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 blah. Did she not hide paternity tests from Jason?
Yep.
Okay. Did she not hide that Jake was Jason?
Yep.
Okay. Don't nurses take oaths too?
I'm pretty sure, but I don't know.
Okay. Just checking.
I'm assuming that anyone in the medical field takes some kind of oath to do no harm. So, yeah, withholding that information is not okay.
Yeah. Sorry, Liz. That was very hypocritical. We're dancing around it, though.
We are. We just keep getting so close because it's the best.
All right.
Is there anything else?
Before
Sasha.
we get into it.
Oh, yeah.
First, Maxie was so sweet, kind of like gently threatening her, but just saying in a nice way, seriously, don't mess this up.
Right.
You don't know him that well, but don't blow it.
Right.
I thought that was good.
So do you think that whatever Sasha has is going to kill her, or do you think it's just enough to, like, freak them out?
I don't know.
I think it's just enough to freak them out. I don't think it is. Because I think the whole point of the selfie picture was to, like, 3 days from now be like, hey, just so you know. Like, so they start making connections. So I think it's more like a threat of if I could do this and no one knew, then I could kill her if I wanted to. But I don't think it's going to actually kill her.
I did say that I'm really sad that Sasha is sick. But I'm just glad that Finn has something to do.
Like, with his ring. I know. As soon as they were like, we're not sure what this is, I was like, call the doctor that's actually supposed to work on those cases.
The infectious disease doctor who's had nothing to do for a while.
And then he's like, I've never seen anything like this. I'm like, Finn, if this is the one thing that you can't cure, what the heck?
Other than that, I think that that's it. So let's just get into it.
Wait, there was something else. What was it?
Okay.
Hold on. My brain's going through it. Whenever you said, Robert to Maxie. And what the heck with Peter? Yeah.
What the heck, Robert, though?
Yeah.
I mean,
that's not her dad. What are you doing?
Come on. I mean, she doesn't even Max her dad, and he's not even her dad, but.
And he accepted, he didn't, he accepted him as much as Max is going to accept anyone. So.
Right.
Robert needs to just shut up.
Well, and what did Maxie was saying? Anna accepts you. Mac doesn't hate you.
Yes.
That was cute.
It was. So I was surprised that Robert said anything, though. Like, I know that's Frisco's daughter and he's close with Frisco and stuff, but I don't know.
Yeah.
And I would think there'd be a little bit of bad feelings, bad blood between him and Frisco at this point, too. Not that that means he'd want something bad to happen to Maxie, but after Frisco allowed him to be fired from the WSB or forced into retirement, whatever.
Right.
I think he just needs to mind his business. But I was, surprised that he came at her like that. Like, normally he's not so hot-headed.
I can understand if this was a year ago. But
right.
We're over this by now.
Yeah.
And
he's proven himself by now that he's not a jerk.
Not just that. I mean, he also knows that Anna thinks she might not be his mom.
Right.
And he's the one who defended, what good is it going to do if you look into that?
Exactly.
So, all right. So while we're on the topic of Maxie, though, B-Dubs at B-Dubs-GH on Twitter on August 10th at 8:36 p.m. became my kindred spirit.
Oh.
GH, how come no one ever asks where baby James is? Elizabeth gets dragged for leaving her kids with grandma, which just goes to show she can't do anything right. While Maxie's parenting is never even questioned.
She did mention missing him this week. Did she get bonus points for that?
No.
I missed my baby. I haven't seen him in God knows how long. I just want to know who has him.
Right.
Like,
well, we haven't seen Felicia and Mac for a while, so.
Maybe. Yeah.
But still.
I don't know. I was mad when they gave Georgie to Spinelli and he moved cross country. But now that I see how uninvolved she is with her other kids, it's like, well, Georgie was
maybe
better
Rocco's
off.
babysitting them all.
Maybe.
Yeah.
He is, what, like 9? So that's old enough to take care of everybody.
He'll come back at 20. Who knows?
No.
But seriously, I mean.
Yeah. No, they're right. Like you said, he didn't even have a birthday party. Like, come on.
Right.
But we threw one for Peter that was baseball themed.
But yeah, I really enjoyed them. B-dubs. I really appreciate your, and I responded and had my own comments and we had a little back and forth. So
oh, cute.
But I just happened to be scrolling through and was like,
yes! Somebody else noticed that baby's been missing.
Yep.
All right, so now to the good stuff.
Okay, I didn't even take notes on it because I was just like, how could I?
It was Tuesday was the day that Cameron walked over to Shiloh and was like, are you okay?
I know,
and I like,
poor kid.
For real, was sitting downstairs watching it all by myself and I went, and I was like, oh my gosh, I just gasped out loud.
Because didn't we just say that they're not going to do anything to Cameron?
Because they just told Oscar off. I don't think that they can hurt Cameron.
No. But
But anyway, yeah, they took him, but they only got the step 1 done, and then Franco found him, and how cute was Franco to be like, no, take me instead of, like...
Tell your mom that I love her.
Yeah. And Cameron played that
holy
perfect.
Cow.
Like, he wasn't too cryy, he wasn't too, like, macho, like, he killed those scenes, all of them. He
really showed his stretch as an actor at such a young age. But I really think, I mean, he held his own.
Yeah.
So many of us are done with Shiloh. Like, we've been done. Like, can we just end this already? But I'll be honest, do you think they've kind of dragged it out? Because Kobe's kind of, like, a really good actor.
Maybe.
He really is.
He is. No, I'm not. You can't dispute that. He is a very good actor.
I am going to miss him.
The role amazingly. But I don't know what else we're going to do with him. And now he just keeps getting more and more charges pending against him. Like, he has to go away forever. You can't have him walking around tomorrow like it's no big deal.
I wonder if Cam will kill him. That was awesome when he charged at him.
Yes.
That was so good.
That was so good.
That was a really good scene.
I felt like that was so awful, though, that they only had one officer standing there with him. They would not only have one officer.
No.
Standing there, and no disrespect to the female police officers, but definitely not one woman standing there holding him.
No.
He needed more guards than that.
Yes.
Not that he fought her off or whatever, but as that interaction happened, I was like, what are they doing? They would have at least 2 people.
Well, especially given his history.
Right.
You know, I mean,
that wasn't really very realistic. But yeah, Cameron, that was great. He was so mad. And that's exactly how a kid would exhibit it, too. Like, I just got to get my hands on you. That was great.
Do you think... I was trying to figure out how it was going to look if Drew's memories came into Jason, because he doesn't have his memories from when he was a quartermain.
Right.
So then he would have early memories, and he would know for a fact those are Drew's memories. So there would be no question about, is this me or is this him?
Yes.
So I was trying to figure out, how are we going to do that? Are we going to stretch Steve's acting chops a little bit here?
Right.
But now we're going to do this to Franco?
But what he said made sense. Not just that it was admirable that he would take Cam's place because he's the stepdad and stuff, but everything that he said made sense.
Absolutely. That he just wants to forget it.
Yeah. But I don't know. It doesn't feel very fair to do to Elizabeth to have him forget that part of his life. I don't even know what... I don't know what I want to happen with that. Like, it would be good for Franco to not remember, but he can't forget Elizabeth.
No.
And those boys deserve to have him still be around.
So also from Twitter, at Buying Air said on Friday night, ABC announced today a very special GH where Roger Howarth will be playing all the roles, both male and female, for the entire episode. He will also be reprising his roles from the other shows, including Todd Manning from One Life to Live and whatever the heck character he played on As the World Turns.
Yeah, I don't know who he was about As the World Turns.
I don't either, but that was very tongue-in-cheek. I liked it.
Todd Manning was so good.
He was.
So, that would be fun. How about, in the middle of that, though, Chase texting Willow. Freaking Lulu is a jerk, though, telling
I'm like, Chase did not text that, but
no,
yes.
we should have. I know we should have said this earlier, but it just popped into my
Yeah.
head. Lulu telling Willow, "Oh, you better be ready to, lose your man at any moment. Know whenever he walks out the door. Blah 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 blah." Okay, yes, that is in your mind if you are a law enforcement wife, army wife, whatever. But that's with everybody. You don't know.
Yeah.
Anyone can walk out the door and get hit by a bus, and that's that. So don't put those kind of thoughts in Willow's head. She's in love with him.
Let her be happy.
Exactly. She deserves it.
Yep.
She doesn't need to think all that negativity.
I agree.
And then whenever she saw that text, that was so cute. She ran to the hospital, and he was like, "I didn't say I was in the hospital. I said I was at the hospital."
Yep. And then she was like, "What? Quit making me laugh because it's making me feel better."
Yes, exactly.
They really are so cute.
They are.
I don't know, because he just got married in real life, so maybe he's still on that high.
Maybe.
Where he's just,
I don't know. Or maybe he's just that cute all the time because it's adorable.
He is. He really is. So this week on Twitter and Instagram, we asked what your thoughts were about this week's episodes. And on Twitter, we only got one response. Matt Frank Johnson said, "Another great General Hospital moment for Cameron and the Port Charles Waste Management District. Hashtag Franco Redemption." But he posted the picture of Franco and Cam. And yeah, apparently that's like another hot place to be going to is the trash district.
I guess so.
I don't know.
Well, it's nice and quiet.
True.
If you want to kill somebody, go to the trash district.
And then on Instagram, we got a lot of feedback.
Ooh, good. Tell me.
So, Nye309, I was on the edge of my seat. Yep.
Yeah.
Christine White, 1707, the best scenes with Roger and Rebecca, the best. Holly is Holly, clap, clap, clap. You were awesome in the scenes with Cameron. Wow, just wow. I'm assuming they mean Franco, not me.
No.
Or you.
Not you personally. I wish.
It's Poogelnitz. I don't know. I'm so sorry. I just butchered how to. Pooge Poogelnitz.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry if I butchered that. Please let Franco remain Franco.
Yes.
I agree.
We agree.
M. Jean Campbell, great scenes, brought you, again, I think Franco, and Cameron closer together. I like the nice Franco better. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Leanne Riley, 129. Please let Franco and Liz be happy and get Jason and Sam married, stopping all the crazy stuff for a while, but everybody have peace for a while and get Dante back.
I don't agree with the everyone have peace because then it's boring. You have to have some drama here and there. But I agree with Dante coming back. That would be fun.
That would be nice. And as we talked about in Thursday's...
Right, he hasn't done all 10 of his episodes.
No. So we need to... And if you haven't listened, we did a full history of Dante and Lulu's relationship over the past 10 years. Because they've been together for 10 years.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Les Liviera. Holy cow, the scenes with Franco and Cameron were so moving. What a great job by you both. What a cliffhanger. Agreed. Yeah. Rizzo, Susie, it's going to be epic. Fire, heart, fire.
Love emojis.
Me too. Susie2692. I love Bitmoji.
I know you do. yes, Shannon does.
Still a fave. Anxious to see what comes of Drew's memories now in Franco. Will Liz be looking for her next boyfriend? Getting bored with the Dante and Ava storylines.
Oh.
And she had an agreement from KDS Wally. I agree. Let Lulu move on.
I think Lulu should move on, but I think it would be fun to have Dante come back and finish it.
I think it would be great if what you said about Dante is true.
Yes.
Again, go back and listen to Thursday's Port Charles 411 on Dante and Lulu because Amanda blew my mind.
I hope the writers were listening and changed it if that's not the storyline.
Karen Garrett 00. It was gut-wrenching. It was. My heart was aching for Cameron, Elizabeth, and Franco. I so hope that memory transfer didn't work.
Aww.
Ava Parasi? Sorry. Kudos to all for superb acting, storyline that kept us on our toes and riveted to our seats, wondering what might happen and who just might save the day. Now we are spellbound for the rest and maybe an ending worthy of another great round of superb acting. So basically, I think what she's saying is that it's going to spin off into it's going to continue. Once, is that how you understood that?
It's going to keep the storyline going.
Yeah. So it's just going to Keep rolling, rolling, rolling. Now I just got some Limp Bizkit in my head. Oh my. But yeah, I mean, this week was crazy. I don't even know what to predict for next week.
No, I can't wait.
And we've been so busy doing that. We didn't even talk about what we're going to do for the 411. So the 411 on Thursday is going to be a surprise for all of us.
Whatever we show up and do, it'll be great.
Yep, it'll be fantastic. So do you want to do
reality check?
My kids are with their dad.
I know.
They've been gone since Tuesday.
Week.
You know what though? Now that they're teenagers, and this is going to sound absolutely horrible, and I'm going to sound like Maxie, but
I don't know where my kids are.
They're both involved in their own things now. Yeah. So it's like, I don't even really notice that they're not here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I do, but we're texting each other. They're keeping me updated on their days, you know?
Yeah.
I miss them like crazy. And I actually kind of my son was gone for almost 2 weeks straight, and I didn't miss him this much. Aww. That because he was off doing good things. And I know he's off doing good things with his dad too, but there's
it's different.
You know? So like my daughter just sent me a video from the zoo today. Aww. And it reminds me they're off doing things. And I mean, I get them all the time. So it's
hard.
I'm glad that they're doing those things together. So
it doesn't matter what your custody arrangement is. It is still hard to know that they're doing fun things with someone else. Not that you want to take that away from the other parent. No. You just wish there was a way that you got to be there too without it changing your family.
We are getting there. We are getting there. But
no, you guys do really well.
Now.
Really well.
Now, it's been 16 years.
Really well, though. But a lot of parents
16
don't
years
even get
ago,
there.
It was not.
I know, but a lot of parents never get there.
Well, there also had to be a massive wake-up call for that to happen. So True. I'll just leave it at that because I really do think if that did not happen, then we would still be...
Well, silver lining. Everything happens for a reason.
Absolutely. And, I mean, she sent me a video from the zoo, and she's like, Mom, look at the baby. The baby lynx are out, Aww. Just so you know, the kitten. And she's like, look at how cute they are. And it was just, it was nice. So
I love it.
I've just gotten a lot of work done. My daughter told us while we were looking at a house with one of my buyers last week how much she likes hardwood floors. And so I came home and I looked under her carpet, like tore up a little part in her closet. She has hardwood floors under there. So when she comes home on Tuesday,
Aww.
she's going to have hardwood floors because we have emptied that room and my husband has torn off.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and they look really good. So
wow, you're lucky.
Very lucky.
That's not an easy process.
They're very lucky. I'll show you a picture of them.
Oh wow!
Right?
No, those look really good.
Very
That's
good.
Crazy.
Like we're just gonna have to maybe Murphy oil soap them or something. So
wow, yeah, very lucky.
So how about you? What's your reality check?
My reality check. I don't know. We're already in back to school mode, and I don't want to be there yet. Yeah. The kids are shopping and like onto school supplies. And I'm like, I don't know. We didn't get a list yet. I don't want to be there. We're going away next weekend to Hershey Park for a little family weekend getaway.
Fun.
And
I've never been there.
Oh my gosh.
I've never been there.
I've only been to the park once, and then I did Hershey World another time when I was younger. But this will be Madeline's first trip there, and she's very excited about riding the upside down roller coaster. And
she's so little. Is she big enough to?
She is. They have one that just does one upside down loop, and Megan was the same age the first time that she rode it, so it's like nostalgic to take Miss Madeline there, and she'll get to do it. And what else? Oh, cheerleading started this week, so tons of running around. I hate cheerleading.
What do I have to buy?
I'm so not a good cheer mom. Nothing yet. They'll have a new one, and I'll let you know. You got to fundraise. But you
can always ask, because I know that you're okay with a no.
Thank you. Exactly.
So you can always ask.
So she loves it, and it's good for her, and the exercise is good for her. She still has issues with her knees hurting from having the Lyme disease last summer. So it's good exercise and all that. So that's why I go. But I hate it, and I'm just not a cheer mom. I was never into anything athletic growing up, and so I'm like, I just want to go home. It's hot. I don't want to do this. But she's having fun. And I got Megan back from camp. She's not here to give us all the update, but she
I know. How was it?
Survived the zombie apocalypse, and she had a great time. So
did she build her outdoor camp?
They slept in the platform tents, so they were outside that whole time, basically. Anyway.
Wow.
And then their tents were like way up from where the rest of camp was. And so when they had rest period, they tied hammocks to the trees and just laid in the hammocks instead of walking all the way back up to their
Okay, that sounds awesome. That sounds great, though. Sounds like
Yeah, she like learned stuff, and she talked the whole way home, and there was a little bit of girl drama, but nothing crazy. Good. And she had a couple friends that like she spent almost all day yesterday on her phone FaceTiming because they missed each other so much and whatever. So I don't know. I'm just really proud that she could do that because I still couldn't go away by myself. I would cry. And she goes and has fun, and that's awesome. But I'm sure she'll come over and update you on it, tell you how to survive a zombie apocalypse.
You know what?
Soon.
She and JD could probably talk about that because he loves zombie stuff.
Oh, there you go.
She can come over and talk to anyone but me and my daughter.
Yeah, they'll have to get together and talk about it. They did a good job. Like she said, if you got turned into a zombie, they sent you to one of the other buildings and they like did your makeup and gave you like a t-shirt with blood stains all over it and stuff. And like,
that's cool.
It was an event that happened. It wasn't just like, oh, zombie apocalypse. Because sometimes they don't play up whatever you're going for as much as you would want. And this was a whole event. So, good time.
Awesome.
But yeah, so that, I mean, nothing, it was all a good week. It was just normal mom crap.
Yeah.
So,
but all good things. We'll be back in school before, oh my gosh. 10 days.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to be there.
Oh, okay.
I'm not ready.
All right. So Amanda and I are going to take the rest of the summer off. No. So yeah, join us on Thursday. We don't know quite what we're talking about yet, but
you can enjoy our surprise because we'll be as surprised as you are.
Yep.
So have a good week.
And we'll meet you at the pier.
Bye.
Bye.
If you enjoyed today's show, we invite you to go to pier54podcast.com to subscribe on your favorite platform. Don't forget to leave us a review.
And you can also follow us on many social media channels. Just search for Pier 54 Podcast. Also, we are not perfect, so if there is something that we missed or messed up, just let us know by emailing us at pier54podcast@gmail.com.